have you learned to adapt when things have not worked out as planned?
Things always work out as planned. No, things don't always work out as you plan them to. I think that more than anything else, at least for me, is learning not to get frustrated when things don't necessarily work out. Sometimes you have great ideas and it's just not the right time. The thing that I'm sort of learning the most about corporate life right now in this particular organization is the importance of timing. Really sort of having a keen understanding of different groups, where they're at in certain processes. Like for us to get big projects greenlit, which means that we can get budget and resources allocated to be able to tackle things, both from a staffing perspective, from a technology IT perspective, all the different pieces that you need to sort of coalesce to get a project off the ground. Timing is really, really important. And so making sure that, I sort of keep a close eye on different people in our organization and keep in close contact with them to understand where they're at in their time frames. Like, for example, last summer I had an idea for a program called Song of the Summer, which would sort of track in a way that other places hadn't done before which song is the most popular song of that particular summertime. Every summer has its songs that you hear at barbecues, at parties, blasting out of car windows, and there are different places that track these things. There are your billboards of the world. There are YouTubes of the world. There are Spotify's where people stream music. There are iTunes where people buy music. No one had really thought to put all of those pieces together into one sort of composite place. Different audiences consume music in different places. And so there hadn't really been a consensus of something like that. And admittedly, it's sort of frivolous, but I think something that also people find interesting. So last year, I put this idea together. We weren't able to sell it, but I did it anyway. I ran it through our entire summer. We ultimately ended up crowning Katy Perry's Last Friday Night as the best song of last summer. We're able to get her to accept a trophy, do all this cool stuff, which was great, which ultimately became sort of our marketing materials, if you will, to be able to present this to an advertiser this year. And we were able to attach it to an advertiser this year, sell it for a nice six-figure sales number, and it became something that, funded a lot of profit into our department. So, last year that particular project didn't go my way, but I sort of persevered, pushed through it, made sure during our couple of sales periods that, our sales team knew that this idea existed, that we had proven success with it in the past, and really sort of helping to frame it in a way for a certain couple of advertisers that we were really pushing it to in ways that made sense for them and their brand and really being able to come together. So things don't always go your way, but when you have an idea that you think is good and that you can ultimately, I think, would resonate with people, understanding when to re-push things through. Just because someone says no once doesn't mean that means no forever. So that's sort of a way that I deal with things that, one example of something that didn't go my way before, but ultimately ended up going the way and benefited our whole organization.